Hey man, what it is? It's the voices of the O, and you already know we back for episode 10 of the From the Jump podcast, man. To my left, I got
Big Tony.
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Behind the camera,
Alex in the building.
yes sir, man. To my far right, we got and to my right, we got a special guest in the building, man. Nate Pendarvis, right?
Pendarvis.
Yeah.
I'm making sure I pronounce that right, man.
His cousin went to your trash school.
Who?
Bro, what?
I'm saying.
Who my cousin?
The girl?
You was at Dust City?
Oh, no, I thought she went to Moore.
Nah.
Oh.
Look, why you trying to just throw
Yeah, just wanted to say some
Sorry.
shit.
I just had to
Man,
put that out there.
We'll just go ahead and jump into these playoffs, man. It's been a long week since we've been back again. I swear we done went from game 1 to damn near game 3 and
Games
4
be
of everywhere,
flying.
man. So let's just jump straight to the easiest thing to talk about, which is the Bucks and the Heat, man. Bucks brought the broom out after getting done 4-1 last year by the Miami Heat. I don't know. Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, he just ain't really show up like he did in the last playoffs. He was 19 for 64 from the field the entire series.
Gotta fire him.
He said fire.
Gotta fire him.
Whatever, bro.
No, I'm saying we talked about the bubble really saved that group in total, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jimmy really was able to flourish, but he didn't have to travel. He didn't have to do a lot of moving around, so he can really give his all and then drive down the street.
I mean,
home.
but it ain't just him, because
Yeah.
Tyler Hero ain't playing that well.
I didn't even know he's on the team no more, honestly.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson ain't playing that great like he did last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what's
Who's
up
the
with
other
them.
big guy shooter they brought in? I can't think of his name. I seen him the other day. I'm like, where's Duncan Robinson? He must be hurt.
Trevor Reese? They got Trevor Reese,
They
I
got
think.
Gordon Dragic or Kendrick Nunn.
Oh, yeah, Dragic.
Nah,
Dragic underrated, though. He cold.
Yeah,
In my eyes.
I think, but yeah, the bubble really did it for them last year.
as a group,
Like,
yeah.
as a group.
Especially it was good for a hero not to have to experience a true playoff
Yeah.
because it's rookies, you know, they tend to struggle and shit, stuff like that.
And at the same time, I think Jimmy's a 2, not really a 1. So,
But they be having Bam at the one sometimes. He be bringing it up mostly.
well, I
so,
think like not a like that, like a second option, not really
Yeah.
the first option, in a sense, because more of the time she likes to lay off the ball and not really
Thank you.
I feel like
take command.
they need a little bit more out of Bam for him to be an all-star. You know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of like the Draymond effect. Like
Yeah.
Draymond cold when he got people around him, but I feel like his stuff go down when everybody not around him.
Yeah,
So,
you can see that this year.
yeah, you know what I
saying?
mean? I feel like he kind of got that effect. Like when the team rolling, that's when he the best because he can pass and shoot and do a little bit of everything. But he not that really dominant to just carry a team like that.
Giannis, for the most part, played off ball, and I think it was probably one of the better decisions that Milwaukee's made, just because he can handle it for his size, but he's not that come down the court, pull a three type of dude, and allowing Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday to kind of set up the offense so that he can get in positions and they can draw, the help. That way he can find a hole and get a quick boom. I mean, I think it was Shaq that asked the question, what was it like going from being the ball dominant player and having the ball in your hands most times than not to giving that kind of role to other people? And he was saying, like, it was a hard adjustment, but they won, they swept them. How do you feel about that? Is that something that expecting from a former MVP, someone that is considered one of the top 5, depending on who you ask? Like, do you need more from Giannis? Do you need him to pull those shots, or are you okay with him playing that role?
I think like the point guard they got, which was Drew, right, fit the system better for him because Bledsoe was he wasn't really a creative type of thing. He was trying to score a lot, but they need the ball into Kubo's hands, but not like off the bounce. They're trying to get him in situations where he can take advantage of his spots. So Drew can get him there, share it, so on and so forth. So for an offensive transition for him, he don't have to take the tough shots, but he can create easy ones for his teammates. So it's not so dependable on, if he don't make shots, we lose. It's more so the whole team now instead of just Greek going crazy. So I think Drew came in and did what Kemba, I told you, should do. Be a pass first team leader, great defender, make shot maker, stuff like that. Bledsoe was bad last season. And so to me, that's what I think as an MVP, you mature and you're like, I needed that for our team success.
I really think the supporting cast they got this year is way better. Like Portis, the Pat dude, and Forbes.
Yeah.
They've been playing real well, and it seemed like Giannis been getting easier buckets this year too. So that's
He spread
good.
the floor. Chris Middleton stepped up a lot this year too.
Yeah.
He was kind of, go ahead.
Oh, I think he's grown definitely into a better player and just filling out his role and definitely.
Seem like they gelling right now.
Yeah, he
Like, the
got
whole
paid.
team be hooping to me when I be looking.
When he got paid, I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't expect him to get paid that much. But obviously, they seen something we didn't see. And now it's starting to, like, I was watching him the other day. I'm like, this dude really getting to it. For real. Like, not just shooting threes either. He putting on the bounce, like, what's good? And I'm like, okay, now you see why he got paid. But they needed those pieces to help him thrive on the floor in different spots. So it was a great transition. And Antetokounmpo's starting to learn a lot.
My fault. Do y'all think they got what it takes to win the championship though?
I think they can beat the Nets. I don't think they can beat the Lakers.
I don't know what it is. I watch the
If
Bucks.
AD's healthy.
I can't find. I don't look at the Bucks as like a championship team. Like
It's
I don't feel
weird.
like they
I
carry
don't
that
know.
aura.
I can't.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. They got. I feel like they can. They got 3 stars right now. So.
Yeah. I just don't feel like I don't know. There's something about the aura. Like I don't feel like that.
I do feel like they
dominant.
missing something
Yeah, you know
that's
what I
gonna
mean?
take them over the top. But they'll for sure get far this year.
Like the Nets, I was watching yesterday. Like it's really unfair.
Okay.
Like for real.
They don't
like,
even have plays. It seems like they just switching off. All right,
3
Kyrie,
guys
go.
scored 104 points.
Yep.
The Suns was only scoring 99 and less 2-3 games in a row. That just goes to show you how dynamic they are on offense. But I think the Bucks, this team, can actually make a shot at it. I don't think last
I
year's
think
team
the
had
Bucks are more of a complete team than the Nets.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
better role players.
Nets is up top. They're way better, of course, but as an overall team, I feel like Bucks is a little better. Plus, they got a little experience in them playing with each other too.
Yeah.
fact.
The Nets got Dinwiddie. Is he back or is he still?
Nah, he out for a
hurt?
year.
Oh, he out
I
for
think.
the season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
tore
they
the
was gonna
ACL?
try to bring
Yeah,
him
he's
back
out.
during the playoffs.
I ain't
or
gonna lie.
something.
Next year, if they got Dinwiddie back,
It's gonna be
That's
that
gonna
might
be-
will set them over
But
the
think
top.
though,
though,
ain't that
now
gonna
that you
be a
said
problem like sharing the ball with the fourth person?
No, Dinwiddie's a good role player.
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be that fourth that's like what they want Blake Griffin to be. He'll be that guy
That
to
nigga
get to
Blake
it.
Griffin is.
And then you got to think LaMarcus Aldridge had the little heart issue too.
Oh, yeah, and he
So
retired.
if Brooklyn had LaMarcus,
I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
it'd
That's
been
a
over with.
powerhouse. I don't even see. You know, it's
Yeah.
funny. I was listening to a podcast the other day with the owner of the Lakers, the girl. Jeannie Buss, and she was saying back in the day with the Kobe and CP3 trade, he said that David Stern didn't veto it. It was something that happened within the GM who tried to do it like under David Stern without him knowing, and so that's why I think something happened where he was like, "Look, since I wasn't involved, we're not going to do this." So it wasn't like what everybody thought, and I was like, "That's crazy to think about." But now everybody just say, "Screw it."
This shit on the fly.
That's just nuts.
Yeah, I think this year especially, I think Brook Lopez is probably he gives them a different aspect just because he's a big ass body, but he can also shoot the three, so
Yeah.
he can spread you out, and that gives Giannis a lot of room to kind of flex out, especially down low, because there's not too many people at the power forward position that can guard him, and not many centers as far as foot speed wise that can keep up with his athletic ability and his ball handling for his size. So I think that's definitely going to be a big part, but. You know, he didn't play as much outside the 3-point line, Brook Lopez, as I thought he would.
This year,
Yeah,
last year
in these playoffs.
Last year he shot the 3-ball a lot, but that's when I never realized it gives Antetokounmpo all world
Right.
to shoot a layup.
Right.
But I haven't noticed he hasn't shot as much, but he was really knocking it last year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't they got both the brothers?
Nah, Robin's in Washington. With Russell.
yeah.
What team? What year was it? They had both.
Last year.
Somebody had. Oh, okay, my fault.
No,
That's what I was
you
wondering.
good. And then we seen Suns and Lakers game. Last one was 100-92 with the Suns getting the W. Chris Paul coming back hurt. Supposedly Monty Williams was trying to sit him down that game. Chris Paul was like, hell no. I guess my question it would be, do you think there's such thing as a Chris Paul effect? Knowing that he's been on the Clippers, knowing that he was on the Rockets, and I guess they didn't really take off like that, you know what I'm saying? But now they're saying like pretty much he came back and he gave the Suns what they need to beat the Lakers. What do you think about that?
Alex in the post a picture in the group of the winning percentages when Chris Paul goes to teams and how they always progress. And it's funny, like when CP3's not in the game, the Suns really don't look dynamic, you know. But when he's in, and even right now, he can't shoot, like he's hurt. But it's just for some reason when he's on the floor, he can just make things happen. So he knew he was hurt, but in his mind, he understood AD's out. I got to stay in for us to win this game. And he started making shots. So me, I'm like, a winner, even if they hurt, they're going to make it happen. And for him, the Chris Paul effect to me is just he wants everybody to win. And so that's just what he does. He puts his body at everything for them to win.
Chris Paul, he can control the floor really well too. That's like an underrated thing that don't show up on the stat or anything, but the team knows he can control the floor, and he averaged a lot of assists, and he'll sometimes have 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
I feel like Westbrook, Curry, they might have 11, 12 assists before turnovers at the same time. He'll go get 11 assists with 0 turnovers. So that's a real big difference too.
Russ be having like 8, 9 turnovers, but I ain't gonna talk about it.
11, 12. But yeah, the bread's in the pudding with CP3. You know
Yeah.
what you're getting out.
I feel like he's stamped.
Just a game changer and a playmaker, and just the ability to put people in certain positions and get them to where they need to be, and just create open shots for everybody.
I'll tell you the CP3 effect that I never really thought about is he can play with legitimately anybody. Play with Harden, had some success. Probably would have been in the championship if he didn't get hurt. Goes to the Thunder, thrives well with them. Was in the Clippers, obviously made the show. And now he turned the Suns into this dominant team. The effect is just right there for you. Like it's a crazy when you just add a 6-foot man to the team, how much it can change.
And you got to forget that Thunder roster was weird because we had Schroeder, Lou Dort, and CP3. They was all on the floor at the same time. He was still getting it done.
SGA,
Yeah.
Gallinari, like he was just making it work.
Yeah, he was just making it work what we had. So
Baisley's old, I don't even know he plays no more, but him.
basically nice. You tripping?
And like this year,
Yes.
what did he do this year?
He's just elite. That's about it.
Is that what it was?
Well, he's just an athlete.
I think he can get better, but he'll be in the league for a long time. I can say that.
What you think? You don't tell me you hate on CP3.
CP3 is probably one of my top 5 players, but no, I don't fuck with Darius Baisley.
I think he all
When they
right.
drafted him, I was like, why? Who is he? Where'd he come from?
When I seen him in skins,
But
though,
that's
he was
every
busted.
player the Thunder draft. Westbrook, Harden, Steven Adams.
That's true. They're pretty good
Who the
about
fuck
that.
is it?
Yeah,
Every
that's
time
true.
we be like,
Y'all compare them like to the Spurs. Like Spurs be having random foreign niggas.
That's even worse. The Spurs even worse.
yeah.
Like you don't know who they be
Yeah.
drafting.
Who was the last best player, the last elite player that the Spurs drafted?
Kawhi,
No, what you call
They
it?
traded for him.
Kyle Anderson.
No, black dude.
Kyle
Tim
Anderson.
Duncan?
No, bro. What's his name, bro? I can't think of his name off the top of my head, bro.
Nobody.
No, I
DeJounte
swear.
Murray?
Yeah, no, yeah, him.
The point guard.
Yeah,
Yeah, DeJounte.
He's
he was pretty good.
He ain't elite, but he
cool.
good.
Yeah, if he didn't tear his ACL, he'd have been
Right.
solid.
Yeah, I just AD goes down, man. Obviously, it's gonna be a long Lakers ride if it goes past this one. I mean, like you said, if they're healthy, you don't know if whoever can beat them. But I mean, you see LeBron's getting knick-knack. You seen AD's knick-knack.
But AD, still in his 20s?
That's true.
LeBron is grown, son. That man tired. But he said these shoulders is built for that. And I'm like, okay, cool. But if he can beat the Suns without AD, all that chitter chatter about my man Brian, they gotta chill out, bro. Because he doing everything he can with just a little bit he be having.
Right. And the Suns team is they're not, I wouldn't say loaded. They like it's Chris Paul, he puts them in the right position. You
Yeah.
got Devin Booker, you got DeAndre Ayton averaging a 20 and 10.
He's a lot better than I give him credit for.
DeAndre
Who,
Ayton.
eight? Yeah, 8 nice.
I think he's better because of Chris Paul.
Absolutely.
yeah, easy lobs,
Yeah,
putbacks. You know what I mean?
He
Little
makes
stuff
every big great.
Yeah.
I mean, he had Capella. He got Capella paid.
Man.
DeAndre Jordan, he's still living off them
You
days.
see what I'm saying?
Telling you. So I guess this goes into my next question. Is LeBron at this point in his career built to handle this if Anthony Davis doesn't come back?
Before you start, Charles Barkley made a point that he think LeBron look unmotivated and uninspired right now mentally. Like he thinks something off. And I feel like the same, bro. Because I feel like when it's playoff time, y'all know he be killing. And right now, he ain't doing shit, like, at all.
Because he's like, look at my team.
Well, no, I
Wait, how
mean, you
many
can't.
times
They
you
got a
been
good
on
team,
them?
though.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't use
they
that
got-
excuse. They won
you
last
got-
year.
They won it last year, but
Here-
Anthony Davis is hurt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you
but-
have, who's your second best player after that? Caruso?
Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder. And what did he do the first game?
Now he was struggling, but they all came back from injury. So that's where I think LeBron not motivated.
Right.
I don't think he's fully
That's just
healthy.
weird, bro. Because every playoff, first round, every playoff, you can see a look in his eye like he got to kill everybody in front of him. He been putting up like 16 points, 18 points.
Yeah.
Like, and then yesterday, I don't know if y'all seen that play where he didn't get back on defense.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing,
He-
bro?
man,
There's
I
no
just-
way this year is not the year he gonna be any goddamn team by himself. I'm sorry.
If he
I
has
don't
to, he will. But LeBron like his own light switch. He just turn on, turn off whenever he feel like it.
That
So,
nigga, I put bread in, nigga ain't gonna turn on.
I mean, hey, that's
sorry,
something-
I just don't think
I
it's that
can't
year,
ever
bro.
bet against LeBron until something happens. Because he's been to the finals, 12 out of his 18 seasons or something like that. 13 out of 18 seasons is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see this year though, because that nigga not getting back on defense like that, bro. That's
But 36 will be 37. To say he can carry this 2-2, I would say this might, if he has to, this is the last time. Because 37, 8, 9, that's rough.
How many more years y'all think he got?
I mean, he's gonna try to play if his son makes it to the league, but I said he would give himself. If his son doesn't have no chance,
I don't know.
he'll go to he's 40 maybe, but that'll put him at 22 years. So I think that'd be the longest out of everybody, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, if we want to touch on that, I've had a lot of people talk about. We had this discussion at work about LeBron and all his accolades and stuff like that. And if he goes and wins his 5th ring, does that put him up there next to Jordan? And somebody was like, you can't talk to basketball with me if you don't have Kobe and arguably number one. And he was like, all the things Kobe done. But I said, LeBron's going to lead almost every stat.
Yeah,
he's going to have 5 rings, same as Kobe. And I mean, he's played against a lot of super teams, same as Kobe, like I said. So do you think that there's no way that LeBron, how do you feel about that? Is there any way that he can be considered number one? Because they said also longevity. They said, well, Kobe didn't play this, but Kobe played 20 seasons. LeBron's only in 18, and he's still leading almost
but Kobe
everything.
was hurt for some out of those seasons.
That's true.
LeBron has yet to, except that a couple years ago, is when he got hurt. So as a new, as obviously all of us is in our 20s. So our great for us most likely is going to be LeBron or, KD or whoever it is. If you go back and watch, only reason I tell people all the time, if I'm a teeter-totter the two, Jordan and LeBron, is I don't think LeBron killed his generation the way Jordan killed his. Because nobody compared to Jordan. Like, no guard that came in through that time, not Magic, none of them was on his level. LeBron, you had KD come in. Kobe was there. Steph. You had people that was competing with him. Jordan never had that. And maybe he was before his time or whatever, but the way Jordan did it, and he won 6 and 3 in a row, that's just, to me, how you only can put him in front of LeBron. But if you go accolades LeBron's career, I would say LeBron deserves to be one.
Yeah, I say accolades LeBron, but as far as outside of the game, Jordan, because the shoes, you got to think, is my kid going to be buying LeBron shoes 20 years from now? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the fact that people are still buying the shoes, and some kids probably don't even know that it's even a basketball player. That's why I feel like that's why I feel like Jordan is probably the best player of all time. And his swagger on the court, the dunk contest and stuff like that, wearing the Jordans. I don't think nobody can do what he did.
Yeah. See, we was having this discussion with my dad yesterday, and he gonna point out all the bad Jordan did. So, gambling addiction.
He got gambling addiction.
Man, everybody got
Wait a minute. He got gambling addiction. Second, how many people y'all know in prison right now for killing niggas over Jordans? Third, he low-key used to fund private prisons. That's all I'm saying. LeBron done built a school up in the community. LeBron then did who knows how many stuff in the community. But building a school itself, bro. Think about that. You built a school, bro.
So you don't know he's built an apartment complex community down the street from the school. He bought a section of houses that is 2-mile section of houses. Built that, turned into low income community for people. The school, he bought a library, all within that vicinity, 14 miles.
You talking about LeBron?
Yeah, LeBron did all that.
So you just give me more info.
And so as a person outside of basketball, he's probably the most inspirational.
Yeah. And I think every kid goes to college too. 100%
for free. They can go to free.
If you graduate from the school, that's
Jordan would do
but
that.
I said there's as long as we live, everybody's gonna wear Jordans no matter which way it goes.
But to me, it's just LeBron didn't change the game. I don't see one way that he's ever changed the game. Now, community-wise, LeBron is obviously the GOAT. He does a lot for our community.
What did Jordan do to change the game?
No, Jordan was the first to do what he did.
Exactly.
Then Kobe mocked him. Nobody will ever mock LeBron.
No,
nobody will ever.
I'm talking about specifics. They say Allen Iverson changed the game. I see that. I see how.
For point guard, small point
Steph
guards.
changed the game.
Really, Michael Jordan made basketball famous.
Jordan with the fade away.
NBA wasn't famous until the 90s. The 80s, it was getting up there, but 90s, Jordan took that then after that, it was the best sport. You know what I mean? The signature shoes, he the first one with a real big signature shoe.
He changed the shorts. He started wearing the shorter shorts. His swag started changing. He the reason they had to start wearing suits. Well, AI was another reason, but he started wearing the clean suits. It was so much that Jordan did.
You know how bold you got to be to get your own shoe? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tough to be. And he was young when he did that. So.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson changed the game too. Got niggas wearing condoms.
My goodness.
Facts,
Come
but go
on,
ahead.
man. Yo, you
Keep
bugging.
going, bro.
Shout out to Dr. Seeley.
Oh God, man. Let's go next to the most, in my opinion, the weirdest fucking series in the whole league right now, which would be the Clippers and the Mavs. The Mavs go to LA, take 2 games, then Clippers come back, go to Dallas, take 2 games. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, it's like, what? Like, I don't get it, man. What is?
Some Clipper shit.
Yeah, man.
Just Clippers. Like
We had a discussion last week. I was baffled that the Mavs roster was beating the Clippers. Like, it doesn't make any sense on paper. Then they go in and start tapping them. I'm like, okay, that's what's supposed to happen. But Kawhi, Buddy sent it to me today. He's shooting 63% from the field. The man's scoring like 38, 40, 29. Y'all said second option. Obviously, Paul George is the second option on that team. So they woke up, they figured it out, because, like the Clippers is weird, bro. You never know what's going on with them.
Man, Ayo.
I don't know. That shit's. I think it's just all the pressure. It got taken off of them after losing 2 games, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're gonna sweat," compared to like, "All right, everybody thinks you're gonna win this whole series. Now y'all got to go out and perform."
Yeah.
And then once you take off that pressure, shit's a lot easier for them. They're just not built for it. But now that pressure's back on, we're gonna see what they're made of.
Nah, if Doncic is hurt, it's over with. If he's hurt, as serious as they say.
I mean, hopefully Porzingis can step up.
They call him. They call him Pandemic P now.
Nah, yeah. Porzingis is over. You relying on Porzingis, yeah.
It's like hopefully.
And he was nice before he got hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, the
But
Knicks.
he can't stay
Even in
healthy.
general, boy, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he been playing for the Mavs like what?
A year or 2.
2, 3, yeah, not that long because he was hurt. Yeah.
He's just a piece, nothing above it.
So who's going to be the biggest factor in this series if they win? Now it's even 3 games left. Who's going to be the biggest factor going into this series?
Ooh,
Supporting cast. I feel like you know what you're gonna get from Kawhi, or if Luka plays, just who's gonna do what around them. That's what I feel like.
I would say, I think what was really helpful for the Clippers last game was the Morris twin who started waking up. So if he can be a good third option in making shots, I feel like they should just put him over the hump. But if he obviously didn't play well the first 2, so now he knocking down, it's gonna be tough for Dallas to match that with another role guy.
And I feel like if Porzingis lives up to his potential, then and takes off some of the pressure off of Luka, then they can definitely go ahead and take 2 games from him.
What'd you think?
I'll probably say Rondo. Just because
Ah, yeah, you're right.
he ain't really took off yet this whole series.
I feel like he ain't got his footing yet with the Clippers. That's
No.
what's weird.
No, and I think he needs to help Paul George, find easier ways to score just because he's not consistent. The Morris twin, I think they have Zubac, and just really take some of that pressure off Kawhi, because Kawhi's, I don't even know how to really classify his game, because it's not the most elite of scorers. It's not the most dominant takeover. He can just hit good shots. He knows how to get to where he needs to and hit certain shots, and he plays defense.
He's elite from his spots. That's just the reality of it. His game is not flashy. It ain't pretty. It's just, I'm going to get to where I want to get, and I'm going to tear you up. Simple as that. So that's one thing about him. I don't feel like he gets the love he deserves because he's not flashy.
Yeah,
He
not on social media. He not, you know what I mean.
He don't
Signed
be
a New
barking.
Balance.
Yeah, he
You know
don't
what I
bark
mean?
to
So-
nobody. He ain't really tripping flashy. He just like, I come in to play basketball, then I'm going home.
So let's get to this next game. I'm really excited to talk about. Really excited to talk about. Like, really.
Why is that?
It's Knicks and Hawks, man. You know,
T.Y. go crazy.
He the
yeah,
GOAT.
but that wasn't even my
T.Y.
first
the
point.
GOAT.
That's not my first bullet. My first bullet is Julius Randle.
You got to do positive first.
Yeah, no. Fuck the positive. I'm positive Julius
That's what
Randle
gunshots for
is
DJ
playing
now.
like ass. Thank you, Alex. Can I get one? Yes, sir. Julius Randle shooting 20 for 73 from the field in the series.
That
Yeah.
man.
What you got to say?
He
Julius
sucks.
Randle?
He's
fan?
not playing well right now. He sucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm watching it. I'm just like, Jude, what? They should have waited to give you that trophy till later. And most improved player, and I got to text somebody the other day. He's not the most declined player.
Man.
It's unbelievable. I'm just being honest with you, man.
man.
That's my guy. Y'all know I applaud my guy.
Mm-hmm.
But for you to be most improved player in the league and arguably the one of the worst on the floor at this moment every game. It's not good.
I think it's pressure.
But yeah, it's probably his
That's what
first
I'm
time in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
His first time, and you got to lead the Garden, like New York. He probably got a little pressure on him, but it still ain't no excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they taking the ball out of his hands. They giving him the rock like
But you know,
Trey.
Trey he embrace it.
Nate, T.Y. the best come out of Oklahoma?
Yes.
Thank you.
Easy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
easy.
nice. I like
No
that.
doubt.
Yeah,
No
easy.
doubt. Who's better?
Have you
Xavier
heard
Henry?
Yeah. I mean, have you heard otherwise?
Blake Griffin is the only
Blake.
option you got.
Buddy Hill.
Well, he don't.
Nah, he's from
my
OU.
fault,
Yeah.
I'm tripping. He ain't
He
from-
from
Josh Richardson, but
Nah, T.Y. already passed on that. I'm just saying for
and
for
even Blake Griffin made a couple All-Stars. I still think T.Y. better.
yeah.
For sure. I think, like you said, it's Julius Randle's first time leading the Garden, but for Trey to go in there the first two games and have one half, I think the first one he had like 30, the second one had like 20 plus, and then this one he had 23 or something like that with 9 assists. Like, yeah, that boy's built different.
I've been telling people was tripping me when I told him. I said he better than John Morant. Everybody looked at me crazy.
Trae, thank you. Yeah.
Because of the dunks, and I'm like, bro, he's better. Even in high school, I was like, bro, he better than what was the point guard Duke had? I think it was
I don't know.
I
who
forgot
that
his
was.
name, but he was the number 2, Trayvon Duval.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
telling people in high school, I was like, bro, Trey better than him. Bro, you tripping, yada yada.
And Duval's in the G League now, huh?
I think so, yeah.
Damn.
Nowhere to be
I
found.
was finna say what happened to him.
And he was the
Yeah,
number
I
one
think
point guard.
I think he was
Trey
in the G
was
League
2.
now.
That's crazy.
T.Y., man, people been sleep on him forever, but it just going to show, bro, he built for the moment.
Oh,
He
yeah.
built for the
His
moment.
confidence.
Like he made his teammates even confident. Like they get into it. Collins is playing good, and he was kind of iffy last year, but now they get into it for real.
Would you say like Ja and Trey just interchangeable? Like one could be better than the other? Because I feel like the way Ja playing against damn them niggas.
No, see, this is my-
No, Ja Cole.
Ja Cole.
Yeah, Ja
I'm saying
Cole.
what,
is
he,
nice.
what he's doing against the Jazz. I'm like him and Trey low key just interchangeable. But
Yeah,
I think what you said earlier was Trey's a better pass or Trey's passing ability is what.
Trey's passing, can shoot. But nah, Ja Cole though. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. But I feel like Trey's better overall, and I feel like Ja might be a situation where like Westbrook, like the older he gets, like Westbrook's still good, but he's gonna decline the older he gets. I feel like Trey will be good for a long time, just based off shooting and skill set,
yeah.
passing and stuff like
I
that.
had this discussion with John the other day. He said Ja was better than Trey. I said, overall, if you talking about rebounding and playing defense and that type of stuff, okay, cool. But on offense, it's not even really a discussion. Trey is just better now. Ja's more flashy, like he can fly, he can jump, all that. But Trey just kill you and really.
But
don't
Trey
jump.
flashy in his own little
Yeah,
way,
in his
like
own way,
throwing it
yeah.
between your legs. He flashing like a Steph Curry flash. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He ain't dunking, but it's still flashy though.
I was watching yesterday. His snatch back is nuts.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
People leaving. Whoa, that was
He
crazy.
fast.
That's
though.
gonna be always a good combo. I think Ja and Trey. I think that's gonna be a good combo
They're future
throughout the
league.
years.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a
future.
good combo.
Sure.
I think it's a great future to the league too.
You know, Zion bum ass ain't get mentioned, but go ahead.
wow.
Well,
Okay,
crazy.
don't even acknowledge it. Don't
No, we ain't
acknowledge
gotta
it.
go there. We ain't gotta go there, bro. Keep going.
He'd average more points than Julius right now, but let me hear from the Norman
We
native
didn't agree.
himself.
We didn't agree on that.
This is a Norman native. Yeah, what you
I
think?
need to get back on Julius's head. How can you be in the league and not use your right hand?
He's just, Zion's the same way.
Zion don't either.
He's been in the league
Zion
what, 2
is
years?
the- What's it matter? Zion's the
He
same
played
way.
basketball for goddamn 18
He
years
averaged
old.
he averaged more points than him.
No disrespect. We send a kid to college, and all of us know who he is. He can't shoot it with his left hand to save his life. He played college basketball, so it's possible if you're just
possible.
elite to be on that side of the floor.
That's true.
Yes.
If you're a freak athlete, yeah, you can obviously make it.
But Zion's a freak athlete.
Yeah, he's a
Absolutely.
freak.
Julius, he
He big. He big.
big.
Though.
He
He a freak
battles.
athlete in his own little way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because he ain't jumping, I mean, you know.
But yeah, you're a hater. I don't care what nobody say. Julian gets to it sometimes. Julius gets
Just
to
not in the
it.
Yeah,
playoffs.
sometimes. I mean,
Sometimes.
Just not in the playoffs. Okay.
Not this playoff. Maybe next year.
Maybe.
I'll give him credit next year.
where's Zion at? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
My fault, bro. My
Still
fault.
better
My
than
fault.
He watching Julius? Oh yeah,
Yeah, my
that's right.
fault.
Yeah, he watching him get his ass whooped.
Yeah,
My
at
fault.
least he's watching now.
Hey, I'm just saying Trey went 4 for 14 from the 3-point line. Still beat they bum ass by almost 30.
I feel like Trey.
Don't put that all on Julius.
What you mean you're the most improved player? Derrick Rose is out there 32 years old, averaging 25 a
But
game.
you can't put the fact that the team lost on Julius.
How not? You're the best player on that team.
They say Derrick Rose is.
Yeah, right in the playoffs.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. And then what? RJ Barrett had 21 for like RJ Barrett should not be doing.
I'm not a fan of RJ Barrett.
just as good, if not better.
Me either, but he get to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He 20
I
in the
never
playoffs, but it's a little nasty, but he
Yeah.
get to it.
That's another one though. You just take his left hand away. What is it?
Shit, he doing something right. You think they ain't thinking
Yeah.
of that? You know what I mean? He doing
Ben Simmons the same
yeah,
way.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Them lefties is kind of suspect when they're going right, though, if you really think about it.
They
I
all
never-
like that.
So, question: is Trey the real deal, or is the Knicks just that ass? Because whenever he plays the 76ers, who have a better, in my opinion, defensive team, or whenever they play the Bucks, who's a little bit longer, and you know they do what they do on defense. You know, Drew Holiday locks up. You know, Antetokounmpo was it 2-time Defensive Player of the Year or some shit, maybe one. Is it the real deal? I mean, he's putting up numbers. I'm not gonna take that away, but when he plays a more defensive minded team, and you know people that are more lengthy, is it going to be a little bit different? Because I think if they win this series, they play Philly.
I really feel like with the talent they got right now, he's maximizing everybody's efforts. So I feel like if he had some bona fide stars around him, he would do better against the better teams. But with this team he got right now, it may be a little average.
My thing is Trey averaged 28 points a game. So you not taking it don't matter who he's playing, he gonna do him. Now can his team thrive? I don't know if he has the players around him to succeed against the Sixers
Yeah.
or the Bucks.
Yeah.
But Trey Young gonna do what Trey Young do.
But Trey Young play is like contagious. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like the way he play, I feel like it'll give everybody confidence. Even if the team is not, they couldn't be even nowhere near better than the next team they playing. But the way he play, it might get other guys, get him a lot of confidence and stuff.
Fact.
I feel like his play real contagious.
Hell,
Definitely the same. Like he's a for real deal.
Like he made Capella his career starting to come back a little bit, and the dude Deadman last year, nobody knew about
We
him.
was talking about him. I remember
So
that.
I mean, it was like a stat. It was like top 5 scoring combinations between 2 players, and Trey Young was on both for Collins and Capella.
Wow.
He was the only one with 2. So I mean, he doing something right.
Alex, what you thinking behind the mic?
I think Trey Young, no matter what, I think he gonna be what he is. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. I just like, you know, like with Steph, like when you got 3-point shoot like that, you can just do so much.
Right.
So if they guard him on D, I mean, I feel like he could just stop damn near at the half court and just shoot that motherfucker if you need to.
No, for
So-
sure.
Like he's made it attractive for a superstar to come.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Dennis
That
Schroeder,
too, yeah.
Dennis Schroeder wasn't attractive like that.
Or Jeff
Trey
Teague.
Young, like, come on, bro, we can get this together for real. And Atlanta's not a bad city. You see what I'm saying? So if they can make it happen soon and get somebody, just steal somebody, then that's gonna work.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with this next one real quick because he's arguably the 2 on that team, or was before Bogdanovich. Is John Collins worth it?
For that team,
Any team?
To play with Trey Young, I think he's worth it because he gonna get 8 points a game off lobs alone. You know what I mean? If he develops a jumper, I feel like for that team, he's right. Like if he has a point guard, like Chris Paul play with him, but on the team by himself, no.
nah, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Like
think
if you don't have an elite point guard or like guards, no.
like on the Pelicans, he wouldn't be good.
Yeah, he would be terrible.
You know, they just don't have a point guard like that to help him succeed. Like people, Rust, for example, I give Rust credit when it comes to bigs. He got Steven Adams 10 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
And Steven Adams isn't a skilled basketball player, but Russ get him the ball where he can shoot a layup and dunk it. Cool. And Collins need that because he's a high flyer, not super skilled. But, you know, with playing with another elite guard is going to help him thrive.
If he
Take
can
some
knock
pressure
down that
off.
jumper consistently, I think he'll be all right.
Which I'm surprised by that. I have been surprised by that. He's shooting it well.
Okay. Ayo.
See, I don't think he's worth it because, like you said, he's interchangeable, and T.Y. makes him what he is.
Yeah.
I think they need to get another shooter like Laurie Markin or like Bobby Portis. Both of them are free agents next summer. Get someone to spread the court out a little bit more.
Hell yeah.
I feel like he's a 17 and 8 type of guy. And the way the league is right now, they all getting paid. You
Yeah,
average over
facts.
15, you getting paid. So
Yeah.
I feel like he's worth it compared to the other players.
What was his averages this year? 17-8?
I have no idea.
I have no idea, to be honest
yeah.
with you. But let's go.
Bogdanovich, though, he been impressive.
Strap.
Like there's at one point he was leading the team,
Yeah,
leading
he-
scoring and stuff. I'm like, that's
He
crazy.
got a strap.
And Bogdanovich played with the Kings first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that he wasn't even impressive like that back then. Now he's getting buckets. I'm watching yesterday like, whoa, Bog really out there getting busy.
Yeah. I don't know what it
Trey
was.
attract a lot of people though.
Yeah.
Like in Sacramento, you know what I mean? You probably sagging on De'Aaron Fox and Hill. He a good shooter, but Trey attract a lot of people. He attracting 2 at all times. So that's
And he
probably
create well.
very well. So
Passing
probably
ability
giving
is
him a lot of
crazy.
jumpers.
Dude, basketball IQ's out this world.
Yeah. Just I don't know what pass it was. I think it was Capella or somebody, and he was driving to the baseline. He was getting pushed out of bounds by fucking Reggie Bullock, and he wrapped that motherfucker around
Around his body.
Yeah, and Capella got it and did the ugly ass little layup. I don't know why dudes act like when they're 7 foot they can't do a reverse dunk. Like they gotta get chest to the rim looking.
My thing is, only reason I don't say nothing about that, I've never been 7 foot, so I can't even know. I don't know how you're feeling up that high.
Well, I know as a 6 foot person that can dunk. If I could easily jump up and do a reverse, I would.
Yeah, John Collins.
Nate, you're a
averaging.
dunker. You dunking every chance you get.
No.
Thank you. Nate
John-
legit a dunker. Like,
John Collins averaging 17.8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like on the dot almost.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
This nigga guessed it, but he was
so
right.
he's gonna get paid.
that's,
That's,
what
a
I'm saying.
role. That's a good role
That's
player
a good
number.
role play, you know what I
See,
mean?
but at the same time, out of his 17, how many of it set up from Trey?
But I
you
mean,
can't-
DeAndre Jordan was getting paid like that. Blake Griffin. It was a lot of big Steven Adams.
Capella.
Steven Adams ain't doing nothing right now. So, I mean.
Capella got paid. Dwight Howard used to get paid. Dwight Howard played with Jameer Nelson and all he did was catch block shots and dunk.
I feel like it's all about getting paid on that specific team. Are you worth that to that specific team? I feel like.
Anywhere else, I don't think he would throw.
I don't, yeah.
Bogdanovich last game went 4 for 9 from 3, 4 for 11 from the field for 12 points.
Struggling.
Yeah.
They won though.
Yeah, they did.
That's what it is.
Hey, can't take it from him.
Yeah.
One thing I can say, Trey's game has never changed. Like from high school, it's like, oh, he ain't gonna be able to do all that in college. College, he doing the same thing. He ain't gonna do that in the league. So I got the utmost respect.
They
for
posted
him.
a 9th grade highlight of his today on Twitter.
Exact same.
Look, I mean, he just looked like a young kid doing it. Now he just a grown man doing
Because
it.
now it's like, okay, when he get to college, you gonna have to change your game up. Like that's kind of
Like
the
people
thing.
say, yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to do that in college. But nah, he doing the exact same thing since freshman year.
Yeah, like he don't get fancy. He's always done all that crazy stuff, throwing between the legs. He did that in middle school. I'm like, that's nuts.
And he's not a super athlete. He's not an athlete at all. So you know he working on his game.
He can't
24/7.
jump, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But now running all that, that's what it is. But this jumper's
He
something.
be doing windmills and some of the shit he be trying to post. Shout out to Trey, man. You be trying to get the bounce up. I see you.
He
I mean,
done-
every
yeah.
NBA player can dunk.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 95% of college players can probably dunk.
CP3 dunks, Sonny.
Yeah.
Yes.
He dunked on Dwight Howard back in the day.
Oh, that's right.
I'm finna say. So let's keep going. The Wizards in Philly, that should be over tonight.
Yep.
If we're
Thankfully.
just gonna be honest. That
Hopefully we
should
can
be
get
over
done. We
tonight.
can stop talking about Russ now. It'd be nice.
Not even worth the conversation.
Get out the conversation.
Nah.
You know,
That
man,
is
let's,
getting bad.
yeah, let's go and just skip over
So,
that.
It's
but
getting
question:
bad.
are they gonna blow up the Wizards next year?
They should.
They're
Are
gonna
they
have
trading
to.
Russell Westbrook or they keeping him?
They have to keep him. Who's gonna take
Only
who
thing
gonna take
is,
the
yeah, who's
contract?
gonna take him?
Bill?
His contract is horrible, huh?
Now, if they can get.
He might retire Oklahoma City though. I will say
You
that.
think they'll trade him back?
Yeah, for like
They
an
should.
end contract. And,
Oklahoma City has to pay for.
Yeah.
They can't even do
y'all
that. Though,
think KD not retiring in OKC? They retiring his jersey?
They should.
I think they'll
They
retire
should
his
retire.
jersey.
I don't know. They
I think
got
they
a salty
will.
feeling with
I think they'll retire his jersey
So they
before
might
it's
just,
over with.
They might just say, you
I
know,
think the
KD.
Grizzlies need to retire them niggas' jerseys. That's what they should do, bro.
What?
What? I'm saying the Thunder helped them niggas succeed, bro. Them Thunders was ass, bro. Grizzlies need to retire Russell jersey. No matter of fact, you can do a couple teams retire them bums jerseys. KD and Russ need to be hung up in the Raptors. They need to retire right now. Like, that's what they need to do.
Who?
KD
Who you
don't.
think the Grizzlies? Who used to fuck on them? The Grizzlies, the Nuggets,
Utah.
Utah, all them three
Everyone.
teams. Nigga, they can hang up them niggas jerseys, bro. The fuck the Oklahoma City need to thank them for sucking. And they can't get past the first round, then get past it and get beat by
Hold
the
on. When
fucking
they had
Warriors.
KD, they went to the championship.
Exactly.
And they lost 4-1.
KD
When we had
gave-
KD, we dogged the West.
KD
it was like a 4-5 year span. We dogged the West like every year.
Yeah, for nothing.
I mean,
Ain't nobody got no ring.
But you
I
got,
agree.
But you got to think we only been the team for how long?
10 years. I think.
Exactly. We did more than what the Clippers has ever done in the last
But
40
my
years.
point being is it's 10 years, nigga. We didn't have PG, Carmelo, Russ, KD, James Harden, and what the fuck we got to show for it?
But I feel like when
Some
people forget,
conference championships?
we drafted the whole league damn near.
That's true.
Harden,
Low-key, huh?
Westbrook,
huh?
KD. I mean, damn, that's
you
damn
right.
near the best players,
Yeah.
top 5 right
Yeah.
now. So we got the draft
Presti's
picks.
done a good job.
Presti,
He
that's
just-
what I'm saying. Presti
we
deserves
gonna
his
draft-
roses.
We're going
But-
to draft the next one.
Yeah. We're going to hope that the
They
Thunder
got-
do make one day.
They
That's
got all
all.
those picks. They better.
Yeah, we drafted the whole league this right now. So
What?
You right about that.
Russell, look, I'm just glad to be done with Russell discussion.
Yeah, nigga.
I'm
We
glad. Hopefully, Chris Paul can keep playing, maybe win a few, so we can start talking about, playoff. Peso said playoff wins between the two. Russ or CP3 had lost 3 more than Russ or something even it out, so we can quit having that discussion.
All right. Well, then let's
Because
just
it's
tap
about to be sweep city.
for sure. So let's just tap on this real quick. Denver or Portland, 2-2.
real quick, what you want?
I just lost 50 on Denver.
He said, "Fuck Denver."
I told you I ain't even going to the barbershop for a minute. I'm gonna have to wait on that, but I don't know, man.
Well, you got. Come on,
I got to take the Trailblazers.
Alex.
Trailblazers. Are the,
I got to, man. I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna take the Nuggets.
Okay. Hell.
You know who you
Still
take.
got on my stocking. Right?
And Michael Porter.
Yep.
All right.
I got the Blazers.
Okay. So
Who you
that's,
taking?
what's that? A split room right there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
got it on camera too and audio. We're gonna have to see.
I think the Trailblazers. I just don't think I can't put my faith in Michael Porter. Jokic is he's gonna have to do everything all the time, night in and night out. At least Dame has CJ, Carmelo, Nurkic is there to kind of body Jokic around just a little bit. Robert Covington's a good 3-and-D guy to have. So, I mean, I just think Trailblazers are gonna take that.
Hopefully, because that 50 hurt me.
I just kind of look at that Blazers team like that Clippers team, and whatever year that was, where they were like really good, had potential, but they never could make it.
Right.
They can't play defense.
Yeah.
If they can pull it out finally, that'd be great. Trailblazers
Oh
deserve
man,
it.
yeah. I
Dame
think
deserve it. He
Dame would
deserves
turn
it.
up, and later in the rounds, I feel like he turn up more because in the bubble,
Dame need to
he was-
leave before he get too old. He already kind of getting
He's
up.
He gonna try to
Man,
retire there.
I just seen an interview. He said, "I'm trying to life that man."
Everybody say that. Man.
But Bradley Beal, same way. I'm like, these niggas need to get out, bro.
No, Bradley Beal in a bad situation.
He's in a horrible situation.
Yeah, Brad just need to go too.
Once day we got Russ Bum-ass. Once I see Russ Bum-ass walking around the locker room, I'll leave. Go
I'm gonna just
ahead.
put it
I'll
like
pay
this.
y'all money.
This might be the year if Portland ever wanted to try to win it. That this is the year.
The West is able to do something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Just
Portland
'cause-
will never win.
They might not, but this is the
But this
only
the
time.
Yeah, this the
Yeah,
only
you
year
right.
that-
That's
With
their
a-
only 5% chance to win.
With
but
the
they-
hurt LeBron, you got a Suns team that might be able to, it might not. You gonna have CP3 guarding you,
I'm sorry, Utah. If Donovan's
Utah, I'm
good,
about to say Utah.
right? And Utah, that was gonna be the next one.
I guess you're right though. Yeah, they got
It's a
a
chance.
slight chance to make it to Western
Is
Conference
Utah
Finals.
beating the Bucks
But that-
though, or the Nets if they met them?
No,
No,
that's sweep city too.
Okay, I was-
absolutely not. Donovan Mitchell was good, but and so that brings me to my next point. Do the Grizzlies have enough to beat the Jazz, and does Donovan Mitchell make that much of an impact?
Yeah,
Be coming back, and he's still kind of hurt.
yeah. Donovan Mitchell's everything for that team. Obviously, they lost a couple games he wasn't there, or the one game.
Like I told you.
Once he comes back, it's over with.
His
you know?
game is so nasty to me.
It is.
I can't watch Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he get it done, so I ain't mad, but I just can't watch this.
I hate watching Utah at all. I
Oh,
hate
no,
Utah,
don't-
but
don't-
We're gonna
not
go into
today.
They
that.
play
Not
good
today.
basketball though. Like they
I'm talking about the
swing it.
state. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
whole state.
Ah, yeah, nah.
If
You ain't
I
gonna
should
see
play,
me
I
there.
should play
Yeah,
the
you
recording you sent
see
me.
Yeah,
me
you
there.
ain't gonna see me there.
You're not gonna see me there, bro.
Should I play the recording you sent me?
Nah, bro, don't play right now. We'll play it after though.
Hey y'all, does John Morant and what's his name, Dylan Brooks have enough to beat the Utah Jazz?
Fuck no. I told y'all last week, literally.
What's the record series right now?
3-1.
2-1.
Oh, 2-1?
2-1.
2-1.
But at the same time, that first game, the only reason why they won because Donovan Mitchell was hurt and then Rudy Gobert fouled out early, and they barely won. Both of them in all game. There's no fucking chance.
Did you know Rudy Gobert is shooting 87% from the field?
Oh, he
Oh, he
do
does.
layups. And
I don't care.
Yeah,
that's,
that's what I'm
nuts. That's incredible.
That's
DeAndre
crazy,
Ayton's got shooting 83.
Is he really?
Yeah, in that Lakers.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, he impressed me.
If Chris Paul played Rudy Gobert though,
Dunk City.
he would average like 20 by then.
Unbelievable.
For sure.
Chris Paul, it's amazing how well he passes. Especially lobs. Like, he should be putting that bad boy wherever and cats can go get it for some strange reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to give him his credit, man.
Give him his flowers.
For sure. Definitely one of the greats all time. One of my favorite players. Even when he was a part of the New Orleans Hornets, that was my dog.
Facts. Pedro Stojakovic, him going crazy.
Man, and Michael Petrus or whoever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was in Orlando.
He was in Orlando, but I
He
think he
went to
there for a
Orlando
little bit.
after with Dwight Howard, but
Yeah.
Who was the other one in the Hornets? Pedro?
Rashad Lewis.
Rashard.
I think
Oh,
they
that's
both
right.
went to Orlando
Oh,
after.
did they?
Yeah.
and Emeka Okafor.
Okay.
Nah, but all right, man. It's gonna be halftime, man. We're gonna switch it over to the other side, man, where we do the interview. I'm my boy Nate P here. We're gonna let you start this off.
Yeah, man, Nate. If y'all, me and Nate got a little backstory. I coached him in high school for a little while before he made his transition to a private school or homeschool.
Homeschool.
And when Nate came, him and my brother same age, and Nate was a little bitty guy. And I remember coach had called me like, "Hey, we need to come check him out." So he come watch him, and I mean, Nate was skinny. I mean, like tiny, but
Still
killing
am.
people. And so, 2 years down the line, he's playing. I come into the gym, and I was like, "You should see this." I'm like, "What's going on?" and I guess he had been working out with Jordan Wood and some other guys. And out of nowhere, he just windmill this thing, boom. And I'm like, I just seen him 2 months ago. There's no way he's banging like that. And they're like, I was like, I don't know. Then I don't know how it happened. Just the next couple weeks, or whatever, he had told us he was gonna leave. So yeah, Nate, how was homeschool when you left? You know, and obviously y'all was a champion when you were there, but how was that experience?
I loved it actually. Like I feel like it really prepared me for college. Like I always tell kids, high school basketball is not prepare you for college because you know high school is first hour. Okay, go to second hour. Make sure you go here. Then after the last class, go to practice. You know what I mean? There's no really room for error. Like if you're not going to practice in high school, you just really just on some other stuff. But when I got to homeschool, it was you got like a few online classes. You can sleep in all day if you want to. We had practice in the morning, so I had to get up. As a high school, this was a lot of responsibility, like getting up every day, be responsible for practice every day. Make sure you get in the gym by yourself because it ain't like you got school all day, then go to practice. So I feel like it prepared me for college a lot.
Yeah. So how long were you there?
2 years.
Okay, so he went 2 years. He was a homeschool champion. You know, I think they had one of the best seasons in a long time. Probably one of the best ones to come out of homeschool. That homeschool. The other name that comes to mind is Chauncey Collins.
Yeah.
But where'd you end up going after Storm?
San Bernardino Valley College at JUCO.
In California?
Yes.
Yeah. So how was that?
It was cool. It was different from Oklahoma, you know what I mean? But it was cool though.
Yeah.
It was a hard adjustment when I first got out there. It was my first time ever being away from home. So I got out there, I'm like, you know, before it's like, oh, I'm going to Cali. But when you actually sit there, like parents gone, in an apartment by myself, 4 or 5 dudes you don't know. I was homesick the first month, but I started liking it.
Yeah, how many schools did you have offer you before you made that decision?
Well, see, I had UCO and SNU. They was close to offering me, but what coming to find out was when I was at Westmore, I told the counselor, she told me I could take a technology class instead of a Spanish class. But I guess I was just a graduate, but I don't think she knew I was an athlete. And so when I came to the last little process with UCO, SNU, I sent all my transcripts, and they both hit me back like, oh, you ain't got no Spanish class, or you ain't NCAA qualified. So I'm like, man, I got to go JUCO. So then after that, I had Ranger, Jackson College, and some other JUCO in Texas and stuff like that. But they were trying to get me to play the combo guard. And my coach in Cali, he played PG at Arizona State, but he was 6'4" though.
Yeah.
So he kind of understood my game when he seen me, and I told him I played point guard. So that's just who I rocked with.
Yeah.
Did y'all play that? Y'all played the team that was on Netflix, right? Who was that? What team was that? Why you laugh?
Well,
East LA.
he was in there, huh?
Yeah, nah, we played them my freshman year. That's like our little rivals, kind of.
Oh, word? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We played them. They was in our tournament.
So
Elac.
watching them on Netflix and shit was kind of weird, huh?
Elac.
Not really,
Yeah.
Elac. But I already knew all they stories and stuff, so it really wasn't all that.
So he really like these niggas ass. Is what really.
Nah, they good.
No, I'm
Actually,
messing-
they whole team went D1 almost.
Oh,
It was just
yeah.
like I already knew all the stories, the backstories behind them because we played them the year before. Like
Did
all
y'all
those
beat
people-
them?
Nah, we lost by like
Oh, okay.
5 or so. But
Okay, but so like that Netflix story and how everybody had their own stories was like that for your college. Like a lot of people you met, and was because I remember like watching the Netflix series. They were saying like some of the people like homeless and some people from LA at least or Cali, they got to drive there and that, or they like
It was commute.
you know what I'm saying they got to commute.
See,
Like
the thing about California JUCOs, it was like it's not like technically athletic scholarships, and there's no dorms and stuff. So depends if you're in a raggedy program or if you ain't got a lot of family support like that, then it can get real bad. But our situation was a little better because we had a work study, and so the work study paid for my apartment, and then the first year I think I paid like $1,000 or $2 a semester there. So it really wasn't that bad. Then my second year it was completely free. So
but did you have some? Did any of your teammates have problems like that? Like that you remember like
struggle.
where they
with
were
that.
struggling and shit,
like,
or like they
'cause
were
you-
homeless and
Because
shit.
you got to think at there, it wasn't no meal plan. So you kind of had to have money in your pocket all the time. So, yeah, some of the kids were struggling. Like, I ain't got no money until we get the school check. Or you got to, like, really
Yeah.
plan out that school check you get. Because if you don't, you're going to be looking stupid.
Yeah, because I was blowing my mind when I was seeing that. Like, he was showing people commuting, people that were homeless living in their car. And I'm like, damn, they like, damn, they're like, it's like they playing overseas or something, you know?
Yeah, I had a teammate driving from Chino Hills every day, an hour.
Wow.
An hour drive every day to practice. and
Did he
stuff
play
like
at Chino?
Nah, he went to another school in Chino Hills, but yeah, he know the Ball brothers and all them. But he ended up going D1. So I mean, like, it's whatever you willing to sacrifice. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So 2 years at JUCO.
yeah.
and then had the baby.
Yep.
So Nate's a new father. How old's your kid?
7 months.
Yeah, and then you end up going to what school?
Talladega College at HBCU in Alabama.
Oh, I didn't realize it HBCU.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't know you was in Alabama. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
How was
You be
that?
post so much on your, it's my fault, but you be
Yeah.
post so much on your Snap and stuff. I don't be knowing what you doing. This nigga ain't everywhere. I
Yeah,
don't be-
everybody be saying
Yeah,
like
bruh.
people be still like, you in California? Nah, man, I was in Alabama.
yeah, bro. I
Yeah.
thought you was in California the whole
Nah.
time. He's in Alabama. Okay, bet.
Yeah, how was you said baby went with you?
Yeah.
How was that? How was that experience?
It was different actually, like feeding the bottle, then going to practice. I'm like, man, like man, I can't keep doing this no much longer. But it just made me stronger at the end run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Come to your games, watch you all that.
no, it was COVID though, so he
Oh.
didn't get to come to the games. But
Right.
I'm on YouTube and stuff, so I'll show him when he get older. But
Yeah. So what's the plan next?
shit.
We kind of skipped past the league because he had the first start of
No, I
the
haven't
grade
got to
ones
it
last
yet.
year. No, but my fault.
Oh,
but
yeah.
because you had saying with Alabama, and because you had your kid like right after the league, right?
It
Started?
was
or Darren, wasn't it?
he was born in October, so she was pregnant then, and he was just born this past October.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, but
it was
she-
kind of like all
Right between the things.
Yeah, it
My
was in
fault.
between
Okay, yeah,
the
yeah.
league and going to Alabama.
Yeah, that's
So it was
that's all I
all
was trying to make sure
same
because I
thing.
remember that was like around the same time.
And if you don't know what the league is, it's the Great Run.
The great
Yeah.
runs, yeah. So
It's Nate's
it's
league
my,
he created.
league. But yeah, I just well, I went to school for business and I never took major classes, so I was there. I'm like, man, I'm not learning nothing about business. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not learning nothing to help my league or help my situation. So I'm like, man, I just went home. I was like, man, I only got a year left. It's not like I was a bad student. I was like a 3.3 GPA or something like that. So I was just like, man, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came back home. Now I'm growing medical marijuana. So I'm doing that now. So I was just like, man, what I learned this year in class, it just ain't helped me. Like, they teach you and stuff to get a job. Like, that's not what I want to
Right.
do. I want to be an entrepreneur. But I feel like the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is the funding or what you should tell the bank and stuff like that. I feel like school don't tell you nothing about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, everybody got $1 million ideas. Just the funding part is hardest and how you should go about it and
Right.
interest and credit cards and, you know what I mean, building your... Man, we ain't learned none of that. We doing resumes and job interviews.
yeah.
I'm like, my stuff is business major, so I was like, man, I ain't going back.
Yeah, because your dad owns his own business, right?
Yeah, he owned his own business, so I always told myself, if my son ever want to be an entrepreneur, I feel like the best way is to find the richest person you know and pay him like a couple $100 a week and to take notes like that.
Yeah, yeah.
If I could do it again, that's what I would do.
For real.
Yeah, I don't think college is. If you're trying to be a businessman, but college is not the move.
Yeah. Where's Great Runs at this year?
It's gonna
Same
be
spot?
at 6500 North Bryant Avenue. It's in Oklahoma City. It's about it's like off the highway. I don't know the exact location.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it changed.
Yeah, it changed. Yeah, that gym was way too far. So
Yeah, it was mad far.
Yeah.
It was nice
my
though.
fault.
yeah, it was
was
nice,
nice.
but yeah, and then this gym is like solo, it's by itself.
Yeah.
So to just be the great runs and that's it. So
What did you learn from last year? Because last year we did an interview,
Mm-hmm.
and now we here for this year. And I was talking to you before the interview, like you done really stepped it up a lot. You got a lot of vendors, DJs. Like so you can have a podcast there doing live internet, like a bunch of stuff going on. So like, what did you learn, and like, what made you want to take it to the next level? Because you only in your second season, so you
Yeah, it's
could
only
just be
my-
trying to still be
Yeah.
low key. But I feel like you really took it to the next level this year.
I feel like what I learned from last year is the I mean, I don't really know, man. It's just in me, kind of just turn it up. I really wouldn't say I really learned nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like you always need to capitalize on something what you did. It's like basketball. Like,
Yeah,
if I averaged 15 my sophomore year, your goal is always to average 18 or
Facts.
19. So it wasn't really like I learned something. It's just natural. Like, okay, what needs to be better this year? What can I do to separate myself?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's one thing I like about basketball. It taught me a lot of life lessons that I can take into the real world.
you did change some things too, as far as like how many teams you have, right?
Yeah, this year I did 12 teams instead of 16 teams to go quality over quantity.
Yeah.
So, because last year it was a lot of teams that really weren't as competitive as I wanted them to be. You
Right.
know what I mean? So some people wouldn't show up, and so this year I made it 12 teams, and I only selected like a certain amount of teams,
Mm-hmm.
and told certain teams that they couldn't play because I wanted to be a certain type of people.
So did you pick the players specifically? Did you kind of weed out some, or you just? went
I
with the
weeded
roster?
out some. They see me, they roster. I'm just like, nah, yeah, that ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, it was. But naturally, better competition was coming. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of players probably like, well, I don't know much about it, so I feel like naturally the better competition just came to me, kind of.
Yeah. So are you gonna? I know last year you had said you was gonna have a couple leagues, but
Yeah.
obviously COVID stopped that. So are you gonna try to do that this year?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that this year. Some adult leagues, all type of stuff. Like
Yeah. You gonna have any high school stuff?
I'm gonna see. You know, I'm getting back into the coaching world. Like I
Right.
said, I was coaching. I'm coaching the 8th grade Storm right now. I mean 7th graders. So I'm getting back into the coaching world, and I get into that for a few years. Then I'll branch off to do something like that.
Yeah. DJ's brother plays for Storm. You know that?
Oh, who your brother?
Not anymore.
Oh.
No, but you talking about Jabari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know
okay,
that.
okay. I didn't even know that's your little brother.
Yeah. Pretty man. But sorry, that's what I call him.
Man, so I guess I have a question. I'll go with y'all 2 and 3 right now that I know for sure. Alex, I'll start with you from behind the camera. What is some advice you would give to a young entrepreneur, seeing as you have, you know, the podcast and you're growing the network and things like that?
I think it's like when they were saying earlier, I ain't never looked at that like basketball. Like 1 year you scoring 18, next you only be scoring 20. Like you said, like it ain't even necessarily something you learn, it's just in you, like naturally. So that's how I look at it as well. Like just continue to be consistent and just do better. Because like one thing I was going to bring up earlier, because like one thing, like when they first came on, he came on podcast last year. Like obviously I brought up skins and stuff, and I'm like, how is that trying to? Cause I feel like most people be scared or worried to trying to compete with that, not even compete, but just do a league. And he was just like, this is my own thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Skins doing their own thing, I'm doing my own thing, but we trying to build our own brand and do our own thing. We ain't gonna be worried about what they doing, type of thing. So that's one thing like I respected about him way early, because I'm like, shit, I ain't never seen no other league, but now you got the great runs, and now you getting respected players coming in there. Like I said, this year he building up bigger and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I just try to keep doing better and be consistent. That's how I look at it.
Oh yeah, Big Tone, you got more jobs than the Mexican and Kevin Gates, big dog. So what you got it?
Yeah, one thing about me is like I'm a big learner and I ask a lot of questions and I do a lot of studying. So I know like when I talk to Alex about podcast stuff, the conversations we had 3 years ago to now, totally different. You know, he has conversations about types of cameras and formats and all these type of things. It's all in growth, but people sometimes have to understand that patience is key in certain businesses. So don't try to rush it, do it right. And then once you get it right, you go from there. Because, you know, I was doing the real estate thing with a certain group at one point, had brain surgeries, whatever, and I stopped. Now I'm on my own thing. I'm about to execute my first couple deals after 2 years of surgeries pretty soon. But I did a lot of individual studying to figure out the right way to do this. And then obviously the clean and shoes thing, and you know, me and my buddy have a remodeling company that we're building. So it really just for me, I would say as a young entrepreneur, do your research. You know, figure out what you're gonna love to do, because all of us want to be, you know, not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but all of us want to have some freedom.
Absolutely.
So you got to learn to be really knowledgeable on what you want to know. So like he's a basketball guy, the great runs. I don't know that business, he does, right? I don't know podcasts, he do that. But then when like we discuss my real estate stuff or whatever I got going, people don't know that. You see what I'm saying? But I did, like I'm cleaning my shoe, I got a video of an entrepreneur talking, or I read a book. But some people don't do that. You see what I mean? So I would say young entrepreneurs study and don't be afraid to ask questions, because you never know what answer somebody will give you. I talked to a man with a lot of money the other day, rich guy, many businesses, and he's like, Tony, you just ask me, I'll give you the answer. But most people don't ask. I'm like, okay, I respect that.
Oh yeah, Nate.
I got a few things. I really feel like people, when they say like, I tell people like, oh, I'm employed myself. Like I don't work for nobody. People feel like, oh, you got the life. No,
Yeah.
it's way harder to be an entrepreneur than it is a 9-to-5, because you have to search for your money. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how much you're gonna make this week. You know what I mean? Or what you're gonna do then. And where the 9-to-5 is like, you know, okay, I'm getting 500 or 600 at the end of the week. So, and then another thing, I was like, you should have your brand on your mind 24/7. Like it shouldn't be not 1 minute of the day where your brand is not on the mind. Like what I could be doing, what I could be doing to make what I got going on better. And then another thing is just have the balls to do it. Talk to, like, what I do is come up with the idea. I talk to my girlfriend and then my parents, and then just do it. Like just do it. You know what I mean? Not rush it, obviously, but
Yeah, just try.
don't wait, because life goes by so fast. You got to think, we was in high school 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So we going to look up, be 30, 40. Oh, it's too late to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would just say, just do it.
Like it's wicked sitting here. Me and this nigga had class together. Was that like senior year? We had, like, a
Exactly.
science class in there bullshitting around. We didn't know what we was going to
Exactly.
do.
So, I
Like, we
mean,
didn't know what we going to do with
that's why I be
life.
telling people,
man.
I be like, bro, life go by fast. So I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
People be like, you young. I be like, we ain't gonna be young for too much longer. You know what I mean? You got to do it now.
So if you could though, name some players, some key players and teams and stuff, just so people know like who to expect to be watching during the, this season. I guess.
Yeah, we got Team Show, Marvin, Omar, Justin Bros, Carlos, Love Buds. You got Trey on there. You got Team Icons, Deshaun McDowell, Damo. You got the Midwest City team, Team OGs, DJ, Kenny, Josh, that whole little crew. Of course, you got Cornell and them. Cornell, Will, Bremen, Boone. I ain't even seen this Boone dude. Like, I've been hearing so much stuff. Boone, whoever you is, I'm ready to see you, man.
Yeah, hey, he gonna
put on a show for him.
He's a little ill right now, but hopefully get him right.
Yeah, I know he from New York, man. Every New York dude I done played, they play super hard, swaggy.
Yeah.
Same in Chicago.
Yeah, we're gonna try
Chicago's
to shake it
the
up
worst
this year.
players to play with, man.
For real.
If you ever see anybody from Chicago, just know they coming. They play super hard, but yeah, it's a lot of players. I can't even name off the top of my head.
Y'all got Micah coming again this year?
Nah, we got Micah
Thomas.
Yeah, Micah Thomas. He's
okay.
He playing with Fast Money Soldier team. I think TJ gonna play with them too.
Yeah, Space just got back from overseas.
Yeah.
So I was wondering.
He'll probably hit me up in the next few weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering because I know that he was getting to it last year. I remember that, but yeah.
Anything changing rules wise, time wise, for the games this year?
I'll be recording stats and stuff this year,
Oh,
so
for
it'll be more personal,
Ooh,
so
that'd be
people
good.
can know
That's
how
love.
many points they can average. They done average and more stuff like that. Because last year I just kind of let them kind of go out there and hoop, and I just decided who was player of the week or so. But yeah, it'll be more exclusive this year. I feel like.
What special guests we got coming this year?
We got Justin Burrows so far. Chris Potts, he'll probably come out. Just probably all the little football players we know from our age group. They'll probably come out that play D1 and stuff.
Because the rapper you had come out.
Oh, you talking about him? Oh, yeah.
That
No,
too,
I mean like a special guest of that
okay,
nature.
yeah. I think Trey Day coming out and his homeboy Deuce, they coming out to perform Friday night too.
That's crazy,
Oh, yeah.
nigga. I'll be telling everybody this stuff. I'm like, nigga, I watched Gang Ty June
Live.
and then like a year later, this nigga like.
Big.
I don't be wanting to
Big,
boost myself, but I tell people all the time I was the first person in the city to book him.
No, you was,
The
bro.
first
'Cause I
person-
didn't see
I
that
never
nigga
knew he was.
anywhere, bro. I didn't see that nigga.
I was the first
How you know?
person.
Like, how that connect?
His
even
manager
happen?
is Mo, and we played on Oklahoma Magic together. So when he would just post them, just like on some regular stuff, he would send it to me,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "Oh, he cold." Like that. But he had clout in Tulsa though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I brought him down, I still think he had like 60, 70,000 plays or something like that.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and brung him. So
And this
nigga-
dude, DJ No Lie, he came. He's rapping, walking up the court and stuff. And I was like, who is this cat? It was like the next week, I got this tweet about a little music video he had made. Dude was spitting crazy. And I was like, what? And they like, Tony, you got to get on for it's too late. And then all of us in the group like, bro, you got to get on. And he just spitting fire
Next thing you know, you
nonstop.
got pictures of him,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
I
all
know
these
the prices
people, bro.
of him.
Did he sign the Young Money?
I don't think he did.
I
I heard
think
he
he
on
did.
his
I thought
own
that's what
label.
happened. Oh.
But bro, it's insane.
But that one
bro.
song got like 1 million views now.
Yeah, you talking about Bass Body? Bro?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's insane, bro. We watch that nigga perform. Like, who is this nigga, bro?
Yeah.
Next thing you know-
Now he be in the city all the time.
Yeah. But
Texas everywhere, but
bro, everywhere, bro, getting paid. Like you said, that price probably went up. To
price
get that
went
nigga
up. I didn't even
come
holler at him this year.
Yeah, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy though, bro. It's love. Bro.
Yeah, we're going to try to pull out a lot of people this year, man. Especially that it's closer. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be way close. That's why I didn't like about it last year. But people don't realize last year I was in my room and I was training kids, right? And so my mentor hit me up. He a ref. He said, if you ever want to get them to do game like situations, then let me know and I'll ref it for you. It was just like boom. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a league then.
Yeah.
And like 2 days later, I posted it.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of stuff last minute that could have beat me. And can I cuss on it?
Yeah.
That could have beat me in the ass because I didn't even have a gym book. Like I'm accepting all these things, didn't even have a gym book.
Oh, wow.
And I just ran across that gym out there by luck. And
I never
booked
even knew that was out there. I ain't
me
going to lie to
either.
you.
Me either. So
It's
lot
like a
of
big
people
old, like volleyball,
Complex,
soccer.
ball,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't even know about it. So I got lucky with that.
Yeah.
I guess, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It's good hearing all these leagues, especially just because, you got a lot of dudes, especially after high school, that still want to hoop somewhere if they don't go to college or if they, just kind of get that competitive aspect because, the competition, especially in certain men's leagues, is not what
Up to
you would
par.
like. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the
it's kinda
leagues that are
act-
like ran by like the specific gyms, those be like,
Yes.
Like the station.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I was just gonna say
station.
the station on me.
Station, all that stuff. So
Santa Fe Club
Yeah.
and all
But
that
it'd be
stuff.
more for like 30, 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
I
Right.
feel like them leagues be kind of like for that. So
yeah, man, like you said, because I know Cornell. You know what I'm saying? He played for the Magic, I believe, in AAU, or I might be getting that wrong. Him and
Wizards?
KJ Wizards.
Played
Yeah, he
Wizards,
played
yeah.
the Wizards. Him and my boy KJ Hines. So hopefully, like I said, we can get more people out here, man. Get everybody, tap in with my boy Nate. Try to get
Appreciate
as
you.
many of these players as we can, because you know what I'm saying. We all here to help each other grow.
yes,
I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying. Alex, hitting me up, doing this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not too familiar, but especially with the competitiveness, I love basketball, so I'm definitely
Yes,
gonna
sir.
stop by
Come
for
out.
it was
sure.
a good ass game. Good ass games I went to
I
yesterday.
gotta
What
get
you went
messy.
to?
I gotta get messy before we leave.
Yeah,
Let's
go ahead.
do
Ask me
it.
that question.
So, you Peso 100 yards. Who winning?
Peso, man. You got the camera? You can put 100 up right now, and we can race at my league. Be there. $100. $100.
I can't wait
Virtual
for him to
handshake.
see that.
Virtual
I can't wait for him
handshake.
to see that, bro.
He can't beat me, bro.
Peso and Nate, we got that race. We got
So-
Peso.
So there's another one.
yeah,
We play wands. I'm gonna name 5 guys. This is random.
All right.
Bree,
Nello.
Chauncey,
Oh, okay.
Cornell. Let me
So like
see.
Will in there or something.
Nah, Will, he too big for Will. Well, Will still sits, but I'm trying to think. Who's 2 other ones you would say? Just competitive with you and ones that you can you beat them all?
Chauncey,
Anybody in the city right now beating you in ones?
Chauncey, yeah, obviously. But I don't know. I really ain't really seen Bremen play like that too much. You know what I mean? So
All right.
last year was my first time really seeing him like that.
Yeah. So are you gonna try to play in great runs?
Man, only reason I haven't played is because I don't want nobody to think like if my team win, oh
cheating.
yeah, you know what I mean. So
So you gonna try to play in skins?
nah, bro, I don't even really hoop like that no more. I'm kind of on the other side of
Oh,
things,
okay.
like so I'm coaching and stuff like that and training and stuff.
That's what's weird, bro. Like niggas know you can hoop, but I'm like, you run the league, you actually hoop. Like,
No, Nate gets busy.
yeah, like you
I
really,
really
get busy. That's
I don't
what's
know. I
crazy.
really kind of starting. Well, really in college, it's like a job. So I'm like, man, this shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of start making me fall out of love with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like kind of being on the other side better. You know what I mean?
Nate is one of the, and I'm gonna just be honest. When I coached him, he might be top 5 laziest kids ever.
That's a lie.
Hey,
That's a lie.
I'm gonna lie to you, bro.
That's a lie.
At that time, dude, we literally tell dude run sprints, and he'll run them and be legit jogging. And so I'd be like, Nate, run. Head coach, everybody, Nate not disrespectful or nothing. He just wasn't gonna argue. He was just gonna run his speed.
Right.
So then I'm gonna talk about Dion. So you had both of them.
Shit.
You had both of them on the floor at the same time.
Hey man, time out. I got 2 things.
What's up?
One,
Tell
a lot
them,
of
Nate.
people confuse my aura with me being lazy. You know what I mean? I ain't
Yeah,
no
yeah.
rah guy, da. So y'all made me feel like, oh, this nigga ain't trying. Nah, I was trying. You feel me? It was just that my aura sometimes come off as yada yada yada. But
But the thing is, they say that you put the ball in his hands, he becomes the fastest man in the country. I just out of nowhere, like he catch you, boom, 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 go by you, shoot, layup, dunk, all that. The second you tell him just run, he like, I know he not running as fast as he possibly can. You know,
He one of them,
to have the team make the sprint.
and he don't.
They
Really
like,
don't.
they like, you know.
but no, I
said, "I
appreciate
wouldn't
that
get in the
though
game."
from Westmore because it made me out of look at myself like people may feel like I was running from the situation, but I actually did have to sit down like, okay, like
Yeah.
it's a reason why they wasn't playing me, or it's a reason for this and that. So I really had to sit down when I went to my next situations. I know how to go about it better and knew how to work harder about stuff. So
Because from the coaching standpoint, we always try to look at it like we have to get Nate on the floor, but he not giving us reasons to put him on the floor because he doesn't. His practice habits aren't always the best.
yeah, and that would make me inconsistent because sometimes I'll score 10 to 15 off the
Right.
bench, and then the next game I'll just shit it up. But you know, when you're not consistent in practice, the games sometimes be like that too. So
For sure.
And it was one of those situations where we don't know if he likes us, if he's happy. But it was, Nate's aura's not like he's not showing any emotion of
Yeah.
hate.
Right.
He just like who he is, and so we were trying to get something out of him, but I don't think we approached it the correct way. So then, but we put him in. I remember like yesterday we was at Deer Creek tournament. We had won it. We threw Nate in. He went for like 17, 20, like that. And then Hodge like, why can't we get that out of him all the time? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't have the answer for him.
I think it was I was immature at that age. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to really. I'm telling you, like I don't think I really knew what hard work was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I left the situation, I had to obviously grow up going to practice ball. So I actually sat down and knew how to actually like grind and play hard and stuff. I really felt like I was just immature. You gotta think my grades was bad and shit that time. I went from like a 2.5 or something like that in high school to in college. I was in honor roll like every single semester in my college. So I was just real immature. They just tapped in. Like something just hit me one day that I got to start moving different if I want to do what I want to do. So.
And young players, that'll teach you a lot to learn from. You know, Nate was a great basketball player, and he just took it from himself. Like, I had to mature myself. Not blaming it on the coaches, not blaming it on nobody else. He was like, it's on me now, you know. And so I think our coach, a lot of times, they blame it on the coach when they don't really know the conversations we having behind doors.
Yeah.
Like, we really want the best for you, but we don't want you to give us this so we can give you that.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't.
And the older I got, of course, when I first left, I'm bitter. Whatever. But the older I got, I'm like, man, that coach want to get a better job. If you can get that coach a better job, bro, he not gonna keep you off the floor because it ain't. You know what I mean? Like you're really, you're really not producing on the court. You know what I mean? So I'll just say that to all the young athletes, man. Like if you ever leaving a situation, make sure you're not leaving to run. Make sure you're leaving to get a new start and to know how to handle the situation better, and don't do it in the last situation.
So I'll ask this between a college player, a coach. I guess why is it so hard, especially for high school athletes, to look internally? Why is it always the coach's fault immediately? Why is it so hard for kids to take a step back and look at themselves? And yes, I know I just said kids, but you know, we always teach them.
Extent.
We teach them growing up that you got to look at yourself. Because I seen a clip from Alex on Instagram that was like his dad always told him, you know, if you go everywhere and there's always a problem, you may be the problem. I think y'all's father taught him that.
I feel like that's all parents. You know what I mean? And it's natural for a kid to say that, but the parent got to come in and say, "Nah, this is your fault."
Right.
You know what I mean? So. So when I left, it was like, my dad was telling me like, you should have been playing. Like, no, that was your fault. I just had to get you out of a situation. But since I was a kid, he wanted to help me back because he said when I was in high school, I was a late bloomer. Like, trust me, like way how you was.
Facts.
Like I got up one day,
was.
he told me like I got up one day and just started dunking. Like he was like always knew he was gonna be tall, but you can't tell no black mama like you ain't getting held back. But she understood it the older I got.
Yeah.
So he always knew like, one day you're gonna wake up and everything just gonna start feeling better. So
from like a coach's standpoint, it's you try your hardest to give the player the information that can help them, but a lot of times you are battling with what they go on conversation they're having at home. Mm-hmm. So it's really a lot of the times naturally the kid's gonna pick the parents. And a lot of people look at coaches like, oh, they're just trying to do this and do that. And I'm like, I know a lot of coaches that really just trying to do what's best for the player, like from a serious note. But then you got, I'm not going to just blame it on parents, but our culture is really making it like find a way out and don't blame yourself.
Yeah.
When in all reality, as men, all of us know when something don't go right, usually it's our fault. Mm-hmm. And so then you just handle it that way. So like in that predicament, he never blamed us. We never had no conversation like that. It was just Nate needed something better for himself, and we respected it, and it was what it was. But that's where I feel like a lot of players struggle to blame themselves because no one informs them like it's your fault.
I feel like, especially in college, it's real bad in college. The coaches need to do a better job of trying to understand the player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't not know somebody, then bitch ass motherfucker. Y'all say all like, damn, you got it. When you get to know the kid will run through a wall for you. So I feel like, but in college, coach ain't got time for all that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you got it, all right, move. You got it, move. Okay, you go over here. So I feel, but in college, I feel like even high school, I think coaches should try to understand the players more. And
I think a lot of times an assistant coach can help with that. Because like if you watch ELAC, those assistants really help coach and explain to the players what's the coach trying to say, and he could tell the coach what the player's trying to say.
Or like once a week, kids should just go hang out with the coach and just actually bond and outside of the court. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because a lot of times they chalk it up to the coaches being a certain way or talking to them, but he was a big church dude in in that Netflix series, the ELAC coach.
Right.
He was a big.
He didn't curse
He
at
didn't
practice.
curse none of that, and the kids were still hot and pissed and
Right.
cussing.
I mean,
all
he
that
wasn't
shit.
cussing, but yeah, he was definitely
Yeah,
rowdy though.
yeah,
He was
right,
tripping,
right,
bro. Yeah.
right.
He handled it his way, but once again, the players had to understand like he is who he is. We are who we are. Let's find a happy medium, and that's how he was able to deal with some of them cats. Them cats was wild, but he's like, you know what? I care more about you, and I know what your future can hold. Not right now.
Oh yeah, JUCO, you gonna see the craziest stuff of your life.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. But yeah,
yeah. That's
But
all
yeah,
it-
bro. You know what is Great Runs on Instagram, right?
yeah.
Okay, Great Runs on Instagram. I'll put it on all in the
All right,
description
cool,
and stuff
cool,
and stuff, tag you and all that.
Yeah, if y'all get a chance, man, you in the city in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
you
Come
can
out this
obviously-
Friday. $5 to
please.
get in.
Yeah, I'll try to be there. You know,
Y'all,
we
y'all
got
doing anything
games.
special for the first? Like you doing anything special for the first night?
Yeah, open the artist. I ain't even posted it yet. I
Okay,
was gonna
bet.
post it
So
tomorrow,
open artist and shit.
something
Okay,
like
bet like that. You said how much? $5 to get in?
$5 to get in.
Oh yeah, that's a deal right there.
Right,
sir.
doing any training as well? Are you still doing that? Okay.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
All right. Tap into Instagram,
Yeah.
Snapchat.
I'll
Everything.
definitely put all that in the description and stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's really good, bro. Seeing the growth from last year to this year, like all the
Appreciate
shit you
seeing
doing.
you grow too.
Yeah, bro. My nigga, I've been seeing this. You posting every day. Like we adding this, we adding. I'm like vendors, all this. I'm like, bet, bro. Get into it. I like it though.
we're gonna support it, man.
Yeah, bro. 100%.
Support y'all too.
Absolutely. Shout out to Nate P, man, and shout out to the Great Runs, man. Well, this is it for episode 10, man,
Yeah.
for the From the Jump podcast. Again, thank y'all. We
Yeah,
out.
we out.